all of these design elements come into a piece of design from the Swan-Edgar team, which makes the Swan-Edgar range so different to the other watches out there.
Different is the word, you know, a standout design here. We've got the two colours available too, and then you've got the black or the grey in the description of the actual face of the watch.
These two watches, so different, almost different watches looking at the two. This watch simply tells the time with a large second hand, a small second hand, Cyclops eye so you can see the date as well. Beautifully applied Arabic numeral interface to the whole thing as well. Mineral glass on the front, 45mm case size, 12.5mm deep, really snug on the wrist, very unisex, very much on trend, something really at a great price, including, of course, with this watch, the complimentary pen. Yeah, the pen, normally £55 on a usual day on the Swan-Edgar website, but again, another example of this really fluid strap, easily adjustable outside of the box as well, so you just move that casing up and down the strap to adjust your size, but there against the wrist you can see how that watch is going to sit. But the word I've picked up on, David, you used just different, just a really different design here. Nothing else quite like it on the show, nothing else quite like it out there as far as I could see. The point about Swan-Edgar's boutique collection is because they're all limited editions, they're not on everybody's wrist. And one of the snags is everyone follows a trend and they say, oh, I've got to get this watch or that watch, because they're made in the millions and you kind of become part of an incredibly large club. Well, why do that? Why not invest in something that is actually a little bit more unusual, a little bit more quirky, a little bit more about your own character? And that's what Swan-Edgar have done so well with their collection. Well, £129.99 down from a usual price of £200, and that's the both designs there. The grey, I'm just moving out of shot now, and then the black, describing the actual face of the watch, is available as well. Now you're looking at a shot of the grey there again, so you know which one is which. £498, £492 to order now. £129.99 instead of £200 with your two options. ShopOnTV.co.uk to find the watch that you're buying today. Lovely to see you though. Saturday night into Sunday morning here in the small hours. We're live until 3 a.m. Always wanted to say that. We're live until 3 a.m. On ShopOnTV. All right, Alan. Yeah, all right. I've got my big plate. So lots of variety in terms of prices, depending on where you are and what you're thinking of spending or investing, or thinking, right, okay, this is a particular gift and I want to be in a certain price bracket. We're looking at anything from £94.99 right the way up to £999.99 with the tourbillon, with very competitive prices as well, because it's always worth knowing and sort of shopping around and looking at the Swan-Edgar website itself. But we've ensured earlier that our prices are indeed on the right side of where they should be for you, so that you know it's best to buy them from ShopOnTV directly today on the show. Well, the next watch that we're going to see is, wow, one of the favourites on the show of the ladies' designs. This is the pearlescent. That's a really wonderful pearl detail on there, actually. Look at that. I like the fact that it's made of mother of pearl. And mother of pearl is such a fiendishly difficult material to work, and every one is unique. And of course it is a material called nacre, which is what pearls are made of, that are actually made into these beautiful shapes by engineers and then put on watches. And they do make each watch unique because of the way that the striations of the animal have been created on the face of the watch. 38mm case size. This has a Swiss quartz movement in it, and it's a real departure for Swan-Edgar to make ladies' watches. But we have discovered that when the gentlemen in our wonderful fraternity get a watch, the ladies like ones as well. It's good. Yeah. So we now have a ladies' collection. Well, particularly if you are celebrating a particular occasion, then it gives that duality to it. It gives that ability to say, look, you've got a watch and I've got a watch to mark a particular date or an occasion. So this is the 38mm case size, and it's 8.5mm deep, and it has those beautiful crystals around the edge of it that have a refractive index, for those of you who've got physics O-level, that close to that of diamond, which is why so sparkly. I'm showing my age now. Yeah, I was just... Get your own levels. I was just going to say, yeah, GCSEs, when did they, if this was a quiz question or something, or a 50-50 on when was it GCSEs? I think it was 1993, I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with 93, yeah.
Yeah, the year Britpop started as well.
But what makes these things glitter is, in fact, how really deep the colours, sorry, the density is. Yeah. And this cubic zirconium, the actual technical material here, actually does catch the light really gorgeously. If you like a little bit of bling, ladies, this is the watch for you.
Oh yeah, it is definitely a sparkler.
It's a sparkler.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've got so much happening here in terms of the combination. You've got the mother of pearl on the face of the watch. You've got the sparkle of the cubic zirconia outside, combined with that sort of look of the mother of pearl and then the gold.
And it's a watch that you can tell the time, because 38 millimeters was the case size that was used by gentlemen's watches in the 60s. And ladies' watches at the same time were like a size of a small thimble. Oh, okay. And you could never see the time at all. Yeah. But now ladies' watches have kind of grown up, and you can actually tell the time with the ladies' watch. It's rather helpful.
Very, very good. And it is down from 140 to 109.99, and it's a beautiful pearlescent design here with the pearlescence, the sparkle, but also that warmth of the gold on the strap too from Swan and Edgar. ShopOnTV.co.uk will show you each watch. They all come beautifully gift box, don't they? Yeah?
In the same box, so they all come in the Swan and Edgar box. They don't come in a little pouch.
Okay. And certain timepieces that we've looked at tonight, David, of course, have their own presentation cases, but when relevant, we show them with. Ah, this is the one that you're wearing.
This is the one I'm wearing.
But
I think it looks far better when you're holding it than it does on my wrist.
Oh, okay, then we'll go with that shot first. Yeah. But I think you're selling yourself short.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is a real stylish.
The reason this watch catches people's imagination is because it's called a panda eye watch.
Okay.
And panda eyes, if you do your research, was something that became very, very fashionable in the 60s and 70s when certain movie stars that I won't mention really made this their own. But what Swan and Edgar have done is bring it up to date with a leather strap and put a very beautiful ivory coloured fascia to the watch as well. So the black against that subtly grey-white finish with the Arabic numerals in 163 parts and 20 jewels with the day, date, month, 6-second timer and the Cyclops eye make this watch a standout. It has a very thick first layer leather strap as well, very comfortable on the wrist, very unusual, very stylish. But when people see those panda eyes, they're going to think, you've spent a fortune on that watch. And of course you haven't, because you've got it at less than half price.
Well, yeah, usual price £310, so £310. Today, £44.65 will be the first of your 3 payments if you're using your PayPal Pay in 3 with your postage, but then it's £128.99 plus £4.95 UK P&P. We can get it to you across the UK as well. We're live on ITV1, but also STV, so wherever you are in the UK watching, great to have your company. My name's Matt, and we're here with David, and we're looking at a variety of watches from Swan and Edgar, and we're live for another 30 minutes or so, 36 minutes or so, looking at David's watch there to tell the time, just to make sure. And it is, you know, it's one of the classics in the, I don't want to overuse that word, but you know, in terms of the stitched leather strap, the contrasting stitching on that brown leather, but also that weighty actual face of the watch is looking really,
because
really
they're
nice.
Such limited in numbers, you're not going to be in that embarrassing position of other people having the same watch as you. That watch, because of the brown, works so well with Matt's jacket, but the black and white combination,
oh, sorry about that,
and the fact that it is in fact very
makes a nice noise.
It's also has that knockability because it has the.
I just got put off because there's
mineral
a speck.
glass
There you go, it's
on it as well. And as you can see, withstands the knocks and scrapes of everyday life.
Well, yeah, it made a nice satisfying ouch noise there. But I got put off because I could see a little speck on my jacket, and usually my wife's here to help me with things like that. Say, oh, tidy yourself up. 597032 to order now, and it is normally £310, but you're not paying that today. It is down to £128.99 on your Swan and Edgar, of course, Discern Detail watch. The tourbillon. We were talking about the presentation cases that come with your different watches on the show, and the tourbillon watch comes with its own presentation case. No other watch on the show comes in this particular case, and here it is, just so that you know that's the beginning. That's the first moment that you'll be experiencing when you own this watch and when you open it up. All of them are not from, they are all $999.99, and Blue is currently in the lead on this ambassador or emperor, apologies, emperor of watches that we've been seeing earlier on, the tourbillon. It's got such style to it in terms of the color. It's either in red, blue or green, and it's just the way it moves and the actual movement inside the watch that will just absolutely stop you in your tracks. And this video now that you'll see, it just shows you those delicious slow moving shots that just absolutely showcase why people that own the tourbillon already absolutely talk it up and love it to bits, and those that don't yet own one can appreciate why those that have already got one adore it, but also aspire to one day be able to hold and own and wear this wonderful watch from Swan and Edgar. I won't pretend to be well versed in all of the technicalities. That's what we've got David for. And David, from a technical perspective, what is it that just absolutely puts this watch in people's hearts?
Well, you've entered the stratosphere when you get to this watch, and of course tourbillon, although it's French for whirlwind, was meant by Abraham Breguet, who invented this watch, as an expression of how the solar system works, because the planets in motion are the way that he designed the movement of this watch to negate the forces of gravity, so well expressed by Isaac Newton all those years ago. Because a watch is affected by gravity, and by rotating the entire movement through 360 degrees every minute, Breguet felt that that would reduce the effects of gravity, because the movement is not in any one place for anyone, it's moving around in that fashion. What you're seeing from Matt here at the back is some of the 322 parts and 19 jewels that make up this watch. This is sapphire glass, stainless steel, 316 stainless steel in a 42mm case size. It is the top of any range, and it is something to treasure and enjoy. Anyone that's looking at tourbillons will have done their research and know that the Swan & Edgar tourbillon is an expression of design that is unparalleled in terms of its simplicity and elegance, and the way that the curvature of that glass melds together the efforts of 30 watchmakers working in concert with 450 processes make this watch something to really aspire to, with a gull wing finish and that 316 stainless steel glinting in the studio. It's something you've just got to have.
Yeah, you can see that gull wing just on the side there, the curve of the gull wing just enveloping it on the side, and then that just got to have it one day as a work of art. You know, the precision, obviously the science going on inside it, but also the design, the flair that it's got, and then the colour. I mean, I guess that's the decision that might seem like a tough decision, but it's probably a really easy decision for you, where you're thinking, well, it's all about the red, it's all about the fire, the presence, the drama of the red. Or it might be the blue that we'll see in a few moments, or the green, the relaxed
the space
flare
green,
of the
we
green.
call it. It's meant to be invented as a way of looking at the atmosphere as you go on your space tourism flight up 130,000 feet plus, and you see the night sky melding with the day, and you can see the way that the infinity dial is expressing that beautiful piece of vision as you're looking out of your capsule and thinking, did I spend my £200,000 wisely or not? But 42mm case size, and the way that Swan & Edgar have made such elegant simplicity, the watchword of this watch, makes it so really desirable in a collection.
There it is. There it is from the back again, so that you can see just how detailed the science and the precision is. And it's mind-boggling how so much can be packed in such a small, compact place. But it is, you know, that's half of the engineering.
It's like it's sculpted. And the 316 stainless steel, the material is a watchmaker's favourite. And you know, stainless steel watches can cost as much as solid gold watches nowadays because of the fact that stainless steel is such a lovely material for a watch. And this watch it's got that purity of design, that simplicity. It's something which, when you're going to a watchmaker masterclass, you just aspire to be able to put together something that requires the collaboration of all these watchmakers, all these processes to make a single watch. We make so few of these watches, and when we show them, the price is £2,000. Tonight, you're getting it for half price on ShopOnTV.
I was just leaning in front of the shot there, apologies, but what I wanted to do was just showing the presentation box, just how this comes to you and how unique that box is compared to any other watch that we've shown you on the programme. This is the only watch that comes presented in that. And the blue could well be the first to go. Limited availability, one left with that blue. And then a close-up shot now to show all of the different colours of the watches. And if you are looking to spread the cost, it's £334.98. Of course, over 3 months, if you're PayPal paying in 3, on the red, the blue or the green, with the blue probably being the first one to go out of all of the 3 colours on the show. 561731 to order now. And all of the different designs on the ShopOnTV website today. If you've been looking in between now and 3 a.m. is our remaining time that we're live for you. And what a different
Another
style.
different design. This watch takes no prisoners. 46 millimeters, 17 millimeters deep, with the Steinway black finish, with a brushed stainless steel, pure stainless steel strap, and that almost copper-esque bezel. It actually is an IP gold, but it does have that copper tone to it against the lovely acid yellow contrast and those solid battens. This is a real solid piece of engineering with 163 parts and 20 jewels, swan neck design, really lovely, really weighty watch as well. If you like the contrast between black, red and gold, you'll go for this watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's about making a point, isn't it? On some of the, I mean, we've seen some classic, the dress watch, the day date, you know, which is doing
It's more of a beast. It's kind of a beast, but it's not obsessively beastly because it's only 46 millimeter case size. But it's still got the complications, the grand complications you'd expect. So you've got the day date monthly 6-second timer to it, and you can see inside that those very deep luminous battens and a lot of work going on inside the fascia as well that allows the watch to actually pop.
I mean, look at that, the style of it, the combination of the colours. So you've got the detail, the texture on the face. You've got around the bezel, are these decorative screws as well on the bezel?
No, those are actually screws.
Actual screws, okay.
Screws, and you've got a 3-part case to that watch as well. And I think you've got the exhibition back to it, haven't you?
Let's have a look. Yes, yeah. David. I don't know how you retain all that, but I suppose when you live and breathe and you love
I do make
the
mistakes,
company.
I can assure you.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you have a real looker here, a story from every angle. And
that rotor, for those of you who don't know about automatic watches, that's the way that kinetic energy is your friend in powering the watch. So as you go about your daily business, it charges, and then you put it on the nightstand, the next morning it's still ticking away. One little thing, I prepared all these watches yesterday. I actually wound them up, not fully wound them up. I gave them 30 turns, and all the watches were ticking away today. So that was 24 hours power reserve without really trying. So these watches really are resilient to that, and the automatic watch is a watch that stands the test of time because it has the obviously synthetic jewels in it that provides that frictionless movement.
Well, if you are shopping today by design and price, and you're comparing the prices with the Swan & Edgar website, you'll be pleasantly pleased and surprised and pleased either way to know that the usual price is £210, but that's down for the show, this show now. When you buy it now, whichever watch you're going for, but when you buy this particular one now, you'll be getting it for that best price compared to the Swan & Edgar website. We'll have a look at the ladies' watch actually. This particular ladies' design that we saw, we we didn't see live in the studio earlier. This is the Duet now. Just thinking about some of those famous duets from years gone by and some of our favourites. But this is on the Shop on TV website, shopontv.co.uk. And now back to the Flight, with 70% of the stock gone on Flight. Not surprised.
Such a popular watch, and we really don't have very many of them, because you've got the RAF theme to this. You've got hark back to the 60s and the Parker jackets and the mods and the rockers and all of the stuff that we kind of love from the films of that era as well. 46mm cases with that chamfered bezel, which really does work against the design inside that watch. The RAF roundel, the hint of radar, day, date, month and 60-second timer, a Cyclops eye, and the standout feature is the fact that you have minutes and seconds rather than hours around the periphery of the watch, and a really thick leather strap. And around the side of the watch, you'll notice a stud, which is, of course, again, it's an RAF kind of mention, but also to do with the rockers that were something of an icon of the past.
Like a little fashion statement, isn't it? On the watch, a fashion statement on the actual strap of the watch. But nice and chunky. You got the detail on the side, on the buttons as well. That ridged detail.
Yeah, actually, the ridged detail is meant to reflect the rudders of an aircraft.
Ah, okay.
So everything's got a purpose to it, and that's what the Swan-Necker team do so well. And if I read my notes perfectly, I do sometimes get it right.
You're funny, David. Always. But, you know, big, bold numerals, so you've got standout numbers that you can see, and then you can see the colours are immediately evocative, aren't they? I mean, you've already mentioned about, of course, the red, the white and blue. How could you not mention that, David? But, you know, evocative for different people for different reasons. And
quite a lot of people with military backgrounds have selected this watch. We get emails saying that they've got them for their father that was in the RAF or whatever, because it's really nice. And not only that, there's a little aircraft on one of the subdials there, which is really, really quite something special. And the way that bezel of the watch is put together, the applied indices and that kind of burnished graining inside the watch and the flecks of red as contrast against the first layer leather really make this watch a collectible item.
Well, seeing as we are talking about timepieces and watches here on the show, I could make some sort of pun about it's now time to make your mind up, but I won't do that. Let's just keep it straight down the barrel and straight-faced and say it's time to make your mind up. But definitely, if there's a watch that's taken your fancy and you're thinking it's that one, it's that one. I now know which colour I want. I now know which style I want. Don't miss out on anything. So, for example, the Flight watch that we've just looked at, you'll see on your screens, it's already just gone limited stock. So how to get hold of it? Well, really easy. On shopontv.co.uk, take a look at this on how simple the ordering process is.
There are 3 convenient ways to place your order with Shop on TV. Just scan the QR code with your smartphone's camera app to view the current on-screen item. Or go directly to our website, shopontv.co.uk, where you'll find all the products in today's show. Simply add the items you want to buy to your online shopping basket and check out. Prefer ordering by phone? Give our UK-based customer service centre a call on 03333 241 241. Friendly representatives are available to assist you 24 hours a day. Straightforward shopping with Shop on TV.
There you go, got to make it easy, haven't you? So, yeah, all you need to do is call the number 03333 241 241, or go onto the website if you want to get a nice little overview of all of the watches that we've seen, and a couple that we haven't seen as well. There hasn't been time to show you everything so far, so there might be a couple of little surprises on there too for you. If you've got the tourbillon in your basket, oh, you're halfway there, I would say. So, congratulations on your purchase if you've chosen that watch, or any watch tonight. This is the Ambassador now, and it is again another one of those where there is nothing else. Let me hold it like this for you first of all so you can get an idea of it, but nothing else quite like it.
It's kind of like the chief executive's watch. It's the sort of watch that makes an enormous statement on your wrist. It's 43 by 46 millimeters, a tonneau shape, that curvature there of that mineral glass really standing out. The looves there of that lapis finish inside the watch, catching the light really beautifully as well. But the secret ingredient in this watch is this Seiko hybrid movement. Now, I've got to be careful about this because the way that these movements are classified, we have to say that that movement is used in some of the most high-end watches you've ever heard of, household names that I can't mention on air.
Yeah.
But we're using precisely the same movement inside this watch. And you're getting accuracy, you're getting Seiko accuracy and reliability, you're getting a 5-year warranty. You have a stopwatch function on this watch, and you have a 24-hour sub-dial as well, plus the normal feature of the quartz movement. So if we press the top button maybe for a second, and give it a good old push, because of course when they're new, they actually do need...
Have I managed that? Have I done
you
it?
didn't quite do it, so we need to give it.
I love that. Earlier, was I being too delicate?
Yes, you're being very delicate, very reverential.
All right then. Well, good, I suppose.
Yes. But what I'm saying here is these watches are also functional timepieces because they're stopwatches as well. And the curvature of that, you can see inside there, you've got the ability to time up to 60 minutes. And you've got the quartz movement at 6 o'clock, moving precisely a beat every second. Plus the fact you've got a date on there as well. So you've got 24 hours on one of the sub-dials, you've got the second, and then you've got the ability to time up to 60 minutes.
So there are buttons top and bottom.
It's really thick as well in terms of, it's 13.3 millimeters deep, but it's a very substantial engineered strap.
Yeah. There we are.
So Matt has managed now to use all the force of his thumb to get it started. And what I want the viewers to look at is the way that it is smoothly ticking at multiple times a second. That is the signature mark of the hybrid movement. There is a mechanical drivetrain in there. This is more expensive than your average quartz watch, hence the price.
Well, you say hence the price, but £200 normally, but price down tonight, $129.99. It is. We're live until 3 a.m. So we've got another, is that 10 minutes or so? We need to make the best of any time that we've got. 699-117 to order now on your Ambassador. Love the name. It just says everything about the watch. Is it £200 every day of the week? Well, not right now. It's $129.99. Now, the one watch that we started our show with, we actually are getting towards the end, and we thought we'd come back to it. It's a brilliant price. And do you know, it's one thing a few hours ago when we were first chatting tonight, David, I remarked at like the cool simplicity of it.
It's really, it's the first time I've seen this watch, and I've been doing these shows for 3 years now, and to see that, I'm just thinking bowled over by the simplicity of this sports design here. Now, in terms of the size of this watch, officially it's 45 millimeter case size, but it's 42 millimeters on that around the bezel, and then of course you've got those additional design features that take it out a lot more, but it actually wears as a classical 42 millimeter size, with the fact it's got day, date, month and 60-second timer to it, with that deep blue against the black silicon strap. A lovely sporty look to it. If you crave these sporty designed watches, you'll know how expensive they are when you go out and look for them. But with Swan & Edgar, you're getting a 5-year warranty and that automatic movement at a really incredible price, less than half price tonight.
Well, interesting, not only less than half price, because £320 normally, with your price on PayPal Pay in 3, if you're doing that and using that option, it's just under £40 on your first of 3 monthly payments.
You know, work it out per day. You've got a 5-year warranty. So imagine the watch blew up after 5 years. It would,
Don't
which
panic,
it won't,
it's not going to blow up.
but it won't. You know, I mean, it's a beautiful piece of engineering. Can we just see the curvature of that glass? You can see the studio lights actually taking that.
Yeah.
So it's even that little feature to it. And at this price point, you wouldn't expect that bezel to actually rotate, but it does. And that's another little thing that Swan & Edgar have done.
Do I dare? Do I trust myself?
You can go and turn it.
Yeah, which way are we going? Is it unidirectional?
Unidirectional. So it only goes one
so I'm
way.
going to know which way. Do you want to do it? I don't trust myself.
Just like this. Hold on. There.
There you go.
It's clicking away.
See, I haven't got very strong fingers.
Yeah, but this is the way that watches are beautifully designed by Swan & Edgar, and I just move it like that now. Isn't that gorgeous?
Like I deferred to the expert there. Put you under pressure, David. 114.99 on our price for the Shop on TV show. Thank you, David, for
That's
doing
a pleasure.
that. Like I say, I don't trust myself. But we are looking next at another.
We're looking at the dress watch you've got to buy, because everybody needs a dress watch in their collection. And one of the great things about the generations I've witnessed in my life is now we have collections of watches. When I was a lad, you only had one watch in your life. Well, you got one when you retired as well.
Yeah.
But now we have collections, and this is your dress watch. This is your classical dress watch. I'm really surprised we've got any of these left, actually.
Actually, yeah, it's a joy to be able to bring it back. Literally, I think it is the last one or two. Is it limited stock? It is, isn't it now? So with literally last pickings on it. Look at that.
I know people have looked for, look everywhere for a watch like this. They're not available. You don't find simple designs like this everywhere. Tonight or this morning, it's the opportunity for one person in the UK to get this watch at a price really to clear.
Well, it is. I mean, a super offer. £190 regularly. You'll see that on the Swan Egg website, but £119.99 for you now. Shop on TV with ShopOnTV.co.uk being the website. You'll see this watch and anything else still in stock from the show, and you'll see loads of different styles, and you'll see a couple of ladies' designs, and we have to rocket through a few different designs. Also, there'll be a complimentary gift with purchase with certain watches. We'll tell you when that complimentary gift with purchase applies, but it is normally a pen, normally worth £55 that you'll see on the Swan Egg website normally. So next up, you'll see the World Timer watch coming up as our next choice, but take one last look here at all of the other timepieces there. But the World Timer is the one with the spinning design, which will match up to your city, won't it?
That's right. So you've got 24 cities around the globe, and you're able to tell the time in each one of those cities by reference to where you are now. And with the orange option is a really stunning colour, really much a collector's item. And I think when they've sold out, people will be saying, did you get the orange? No, well, there aren't any oranges left anymore, because they are really, really unusual.
Well, there's the orange, striking difference there with the heat of the orange face, but then
and you can see the kind of like flecks of silver inside that orange face. That's an incredibly expensive fascia to that watch with diamond applied indices. And when you contrast that with the fact it's also got that Seiko hybrid quartz movement, which allows you to be able to have a functioning stopwatch as well as the World Timer. So many features. Guys, we love these features in watches. If you've got a larger wrist size, it fits that larger wrist size well. Really weighty watch on your wrist, and the accuracy that Seiko are so famed for. Famous, of course, a famous name, and £159.99 is our price now for this Shop on TV show. You can see the flecks there.
Yeah, there they are.
See the flecks. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, just.
And when you get this home, you'll just get this under a really good light. You can see how much effort has gone into that face.
Or outside, outside in the regular sunshine on a normal day. It doesn't even have to be a sunny day, but just a bright day.
Yeah.
It's much better than any sort of studio lights, isn't it?
It's what I call an optimistic watch.
Aye, okay. I like that.
We need a bit of optimism.
Nice and upbeat, a bit of optimism. Quick run through the colours as well for your optimistic watch. I've just shown you the orange. This is the blue now, so you can see that depth of blue.
This is
real
the more understated watch. The ones that go for classical style would go for that watch. I have to explain, these watches have all got sapphire glass on the face, super luminova as well, so very high-end specification, and that is pure stainless steel strap and a pure stainless steel case. It's the sort of design features you would get on the most expensive of watches, and you're getting it here at a fraction of that price.
I mean, seriously, yeah, £230, but it's down to £159.99 for the show. Because basically, if myself and David are going to be here at nearly 3 a.m, we don't want to be here with questionable prices. We want to be here with the best offers for you. Otherwise, we'd be putting our time down the sink. We want to make sure it's all well placed.
It'd be a waste of time, wouldn't it?
It would be, David.
Oh,
Well
yes.
said. Now, it seems like a while ago we saw these. These are so there's something very temperate about it with the black, blue or the red rose options now on the Essential. Here it is. The black blue is the favourite currently, but there's the red rose with the warmth of the rose strap. And again, another big saving for you compared to the usual price. Let me leave that there for the
There's a bit of a
close-up.
pilot about these watches as well. These are 163 parts and 20 dual movements, and they are also the first layer leather straps, which I think. Sorry, not first layer leather strap. Come on, David, it's only 3 o'clock in the morning. This is actually it's a beautiful stainless steel engineered strap to it as well. And I've really done this watch a complete disservice because it's 182 parts. So I missed 19 parts out of the watch. If I did that to the watch, it wouldn't be working.
Oh no, how dare you. All those extra 19 parts are doing their own little thing.
Absolutely
They're saying, don't forget us. This does come with a gift with purchase as well. That gift is a pen that on a normal day on the Swan & Egg website would be for £55.
Want to try rotating the bezel?
Go on then. Which way? Is it uni or bi-directional?
It's uni.
Unidirectional. Is it?
You know why they're uni? Because for divers watches, you didn't want to miscalculate the amount of time. So a lovely satisfying click there on that watch. A really classic. It looks like a watch you know about people out there, but it's not. It's a Swan & Edgar. And people will think that you've spent an absolute fortune on that watch.
Well, normally 205, but if you're PayPal paying in 3ing it this evening, it's 48.31 times 3. That's including your postage, or 139.99 plus 4.95 UK postage. Thanks for watching this on STV and also ITV1. Lovely to have your company. Don't forget, you can always message in and email in, and then see whichever watch you want to see again close up or something like that, or ordering on the website. Very easy. ShopOnTV.co.uk, but the phone number 03333 241 241. The Tourbillon watch is a real standout piece. When you see it now on an absolutely sumptuous video, you can just see it from every angle. You can see the movement inside, you see the striking colours on the face, but also all of those compact parts that you can see doing their own thing on the back of it. Such a popular watch here. Why have people bought or are planning to buy this watch tonight?
Well, so the Tourbillon is always a considered purchase, and that's why I understand that people really have to do their research before they decide on buying one. And with the Swan & Edgar, there are so few of these made, and the elegance of this particular Tourbillon is second to none. But the history of this watch goes back over 200 years when Breguet, Abraham Louis Breguet, who's the master, probably the best watchmaker of all time, decided he wanted to design something that would negate the forces of gravity. So he put all of the mechanism into a cage and rotated that cage through 360 degrees every minute. In that way, he thought gravity could be defeated. He was actually slightly wrong about that, but the beauty of putting together a watch like this is still a watchmaker's dream, and that's why it requires 30 watchmakers and 450 processes to assemble the 322 parts and 19 jewels. What you're seeing here with the Swan & Edgar Tourbillon is something called a flying tourbillon, which is another iteration of difficulty and beauty in a watch. It's expressed in a 42mm case size, which is a classical case size, and with the way that fascia is catching the light now, you're looking at that magma red, and it is something to really covet and desire. It's a pinnacle of any watchmaker collection, and if you are a watch collector or if you just love beautiful things, then this watch will look great when you get it home.
I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place here, David, and because it's about you want to wear it every single day, but then would it be you want to protect it and treasure it as well? What do you do?
No, you have to keep it for special occasions.
Okay.
Because I think watch collectors, and you don't buy a Tourbillon as a first watch in your collection. You buy it as a fifth or sixth watch in your collection, because you have to work your way up to it.
Yeah.
You start with basic things, and then you move to what is considered to be the holy grail of watches. And people will spend hundreds of thousands of pounds on Tourbillons. They go up that high in price. Yeah. But this is an affordable expression of the watchmaker's art. It's something from Swan & Edgar. You've got that 5-year warranty with it as well, which is a really reassuring piece to have in a watch. You're getting the complimentary gift, but what is so special is the elegant simplicity of this design.
And just to be clear on the price, it is $999.99 on the nose, whether you're going for the red, the blue or the green. Been showing you the red as being a very, very, very popular. The blue is extremely limited. I'll just pop it out of the presentation case for you just here. It is if you're deciding on the blue and thinking, yeah, that's definitely the one, it fits in. The blue sort of melts in to the actual face on the watch, but still keeps that striking pinpoint of light in the middle. And just as a tourbillon, it's something David said there, it struck a chord, and I thought, yeah, that's really interesting. It's when you're recognising an expression of appreciation for the art of watchmaking. You're saying it's a little nod towards knowing what's gone into something.
To actually have in your range, and people like to have different styles of watches. Maybe people like a pocket watch as well and things like that. But the tourbillon is really something that so few people can ever aspire to earn, because they are so expensive, they're so beautiful, and they're so limited in numbers.
Well, the tourbillon in general, an expensive watch, and it still is a considered purchase here this evening, but a really, really, really good value option to get it, and opportunity to get it at £999.99. Also, another very, very popular watch on the show right now with David is very limited on the Flight watch. Who's going to be going for the last opportunities on the Flight watch here? Contrasting red against the darker black on the strap here, David. That's just
so maybe you've got military connections and you like the RAF connotations, or maybe you can remember the 60s, or the 70s, which I can, and you want to get something that's a nod to the music of the time and the style of the time, and that RAF roundel on the back of your Parker jacket, or those studs on your rocker leather jacket that you were wearing as you drove your motorcycle down the road. Either way, this is a lovely, quirky, unusual Swan-Edgar special in limited numbers of 46mm case size, 163 parts, 20 jewels, with all of those complications you expect from Swan-Edgar. Cyclops eye, so you can tell the time, and I think this watch won't hang around.
It won't be, will it? It'll be a very, very, very popular watch indeed. Even just these little styles, I'm learning a lot from you tonight, David, with the rudders on the plane being mirrored by the ridges there on the buttons. There it is, close up for you. If you're seeing that one last look before it gets delivered to your door, maybe in the coming days, with your postage of £4.95 on the top of that price at £134.99, and it's another example of a real style. There are lots on the website. ShopOnTV.co.uk, and if you're buying on the phone, 03333 241 241. Mary, thank you so much for messaging in. Mary has requested to see this particular watch. Mary, I hope you're having a good Saturday night into Sunday morning, and a lovely, lovely design here that Mary has picked out.
So this is a Swiss quartz movement. It's 38mm case size. One of the beautiful features of this is this double bezel. And you can see the fluted double bezel there, which is a style icon. Remember, Swiss quartz movement from Swan-Edgar, burnished circular graining against that 38mm case size, pure stainless steel strap. I can't believe the price. It's an unbelievable price. £140 definitely for you, Mary, but actually designed for $99.99, which is even a better opportunity for you.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. I mean, it's the sparkle that you get from the outer side on the bezel here.
And that's mineral glass again. We haven't got perspex there. It comes in the Swan-Edgar box as well. A lovely gift, and really, as a lady's watch, it is just something to treasure.
It's almost playing music, as the keys on a piano or something, or baguette cut. When you've got a baguette cut gemstone, you get those little flashes of light.
Well, this is the beautiful of putting IP on it. That's the way it catches the light.
Oh, yeah, it really is. It's a wonderful, wonderful contrast. It's got the smoothness of the face, but $99.99 instead of the normal Swan-Edgar price of £140 for your duet in the ladies' style. One of only a couple ladies' designs here. Also, there'll be a complimentary gift with selected timepieces on the show, and that complimentary gift is the pen. The pen is normally on a normal day. I know there's a bit of a Valentine's offer on the Swan-Edgar website at the moment, but normally this is £55 on the Swan-Edgar site. I'll get it out with I'm left-handed, but I just managed to get that out with the right hand. But yeah, it's a nice, decent weight to it. Really good in the hand. And it's also refillable, isn't it?
It's something you'll use every day, and it's always lovely to come out with a beautiful pen rather than some old
Yeah.
a piece of plastic.
Yeah, something. I mean, on Monday morning, I'll be back at the desk with an old blue, beaten up, nearly finished pen. But this is gorgeous. Got my eye on this instead. But yeah, 751420 to order there on the design that Mary requested to see. Just at the end of our show, we've made it. We've got to 3 a.m. nearly here, but you can still keep buying after the hour. Not a problem. If you pop along to the website on ShopOnTV.co.uk, you'll see all of the watches that we've seen. Plus, maybe, I mean, did we see everything? I don't know. There may be the occasional watch we didn't see there that you're seeing. You can read all about them as well with the descriptions on the website, and compare your prices with Swan & Edgar and know that you've got some lovely designs there at a great price. But tonight we've made sure, didn't we, David, that all of the Shop on TV prices are
Yeah, they're
hitting the
really
right
keen
notes.
prices, and they come with beautiful boxed as well, so beautiful gifts.
David, thank you so much.
It's been a
an
great
absolute
pleasure, Matt.
Yeah, it's been lovely working with you. Thanks. Shake you
Yes.
by the hand.
Yes,
Thank you.
indeed. That's what we do here.
That's what we do. David, I hope I see you again soon. Thank you for watching. We hopefully will see you soon too. Bye.